Stripper News, live here with exclusive access for New York Fashion Week. And we have been everywhere. Isn't that right, ladies?
Everywhere. They're sick of us.
This is Stripper News backstage with Anna Delvy.
It was my lifelong dream to be on Stripper News.
Anna, why do you think it's important for Pornhub to be putting on a show during Fashion Week?
I mean, porn is full of accessories, so
What do you think the fashion industry should learn from Pornhub?
I mean, Kelly's been working with Pornhub for such a long time, and I respect it. It's better to be a porn star than just be like go and seeking arrangements, right? Like I respect girls, so.
My name's Alex Kaskesis. I'm Pornhub's VP of Brand and Community.
Why was it important for Pornhub to be a part of Fashion Week?
It's not our first partnership, but this one was really, really special because it's Chris Habana's first presentation at Fashion Week, and the collection is incredible. I think it really celebrates everything that's wonderful about Pornhub, so freedom of expression, freedom of sexuality, and most importantly, there are sex workers walking in the show, so we're super, super excited.
What can the rest of the fashion industry learn?
Work with sex workers more closely.
Kelly, can you tell us, what does it mean to you to be a disruptor of the fashion industry?
Well, I think the fashion industry really needs some disruption. I mean, it's really boring. Who wants to wear khakis and white t-shirts and just buy the same product over and over again? I mean, the thing that's cool about fashion is it's really an amazing way for people to express themselves. But unlike film or music, you can do it really quick. It changes every 4 to 5 months, so you can keep it fresh, and it's really easy to respond to what's happening in pop culture or history in a very fast and creative way. And I like not being political, like either being spiritual or to create things that fly like a frisbee over people's heads and they land into places loaded with genetics that maybe encourage people to think a different way.
You're a beautiful example of what it means to include sex workers in a non-exploitative way.
Correct.
We're wondering if you have anything to say to other brands in terms of like a lesson.
I mean, if people are exclusive, I think they're lonely and not intelligent.
What did it mean to you to be a part of this show tonight?
Well, I love representing Pornhub and the blend of fashion and adult because that's like all about me.
What do you think the fashion industry needs to learn from this show tonight?
That inclusivity, all sizes matter, all shapes matter, all genders matter, period. I'm surrounded by bad bitches.
Yes. Yes.
Am I in heaven?
Yeah. I think we are. Stripper News is the #1 hottest news that's out there. Yeah, we're the hottest news source.
Okay, I need to read it, I need to watch it, I need to take in all the stripper news possible.
Yes.
I do have a pole in my apartment, and I am practicing. Sex work is fucking work. Legalize it. Respect these women because they are fucking making the economy fucking go round. And like, just put some respect on the sex workers and the strippers and everyone, their names.
You're excited to be here with Stripper News backstage with Pornhub at NYFW.
I couldn't be more thrilled. A dream scenario, to be honest.
And why is it important for Pornhub to be a part of Fashion Week?
I think Pornhub should fund the entire New York Fashion Week and make it so much better.
Sex work is such an important part of emotional control. That's a weird thing to say, but it's like dead ass. Fashion is political and it's also spiritual, and so is sex work. And strippers, you all are fantastic in what you all do. And Pornhub is like a big globe of that, and it brings it all together. And yeah.
How important is it that Pornhub put on this NYFW show?
Very important. That's why I'm wearing Chris's glasses.
Yes.
You made them for me. Modeling for Chris is one of the best.
As a professional Dom, what do you think about Pornhub putting on a fashion show?
I think it's fantastic. Chris Habana's jewelry is inspired by like the tension of BDSM, and I'm so happy sex workers are here. Like, fashion oftentimes just borrows the aesthetics of sex workers, and now we're in the scene.
What did it mean to you to work on this show that was very sex positive?
I am someone who's always been very sex forward. I'm like a very queer person myself, and so to see so many like authentically themselves queer out there, like look at these girls that I'm around right now, like so fabulous. Like this was such an incredible show, and like everyone was truly like there was just such a great energy here. I feel like everyone was just like excited to see such like sexy little slutty outfits and everything. It was just perfect. It was amazing. Yeah. Cutthroat Kelly is not so cutthroat. She's actually a sweetheart from my experience. She is fabulous, amazing, very like to the point, straight shooter, but like she gets it done.
You're wearing my favorite color. What is so important about Pornhub putting on a fashion show?
I think it's important for all of us to understand how tied in fashion and sex is, and how important it is for both of them to live simultaneously with each other, because you just can't have it without the other. Sex workers, strippers have been inspiring the fashion industry for so fucking long. It's about time that they're in the spaces. It only makes sense.
I think that fashion news can learn that, undressing is empowering too.
Because everybody loves porn, and sex workers is a big part of fashion from the 70s, from the 1920s. Risky, boudoir, it's always been about women and sex workers and risky. They always made the mold for fashion, but nobody just give them the credit.
Stripper news! Stripper news!
I think that people highly misunderstand sex workers, right? If someone's a sex worker and in society, people think that something bad happened to you, right? Or that you were assaulted in some way, or there was some sort of inappropriate behavior at home, or that you're on drugs, or that you're poor, when in fact, like, that just goes back to this thing about when you talk about feminism, like, why isn't the feminine allowed to be sexual? Why aren't people allowed to be sexual, especially since that's what keeps the world going?
Sex workers are like therapists. They do so much. They're giving so much like beautiful energy into the world, and they need to be respected and protected.
Sex workers, and now we're in the scene. And y'all are representing, and I love it.
Stripper news!
Stripper news!
About what they value?
Yeah, I think that porn is a mirror, ultimately. We see what's popular on the site. We publish this. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we publish our insights, and I think it's such a direct reflection and representation, and it's nothing to be scared of. I think it's something to celebrate.
Do you watch porn?
I love porn. Everybody loves porn. If you don't, you're lying or you haven't seen it. What are you, under a rock, Patrick?
And are you a person who watches porn every once in a while?
No comment.
What kind of do you watch?
All of it.
Tell us.
I like gay twink porn. It makes my twitch.
Mine too.
Not the only one.
I watch here and there, but you gotta mix it up. Like sometimes you need the visual, and sometimes all you need is your mind.
I love interracial threesomes.
Oh, so like what we've got going on right now?
Exactly like what we got going on right now. I'm living my dream.
Oh my God, it's really creepy. Okay. Creep I get. Do you watch porn?
A lot.
Yes.
And there's only one place I go.
Do you have a niche that you're not afraid of telling the world?
I'm down to clown. That's finally
Down to clown is a kink in itself.
Stripper news.
Do you watch porn? Not really these days, but I'm pro porn.
It's not so as taboo as it was before. So it's like a thing that people love to regulate, and like even down to actors, rappers, they emulate porn stars. I kind of like scenery, like it's stored out, like more like a movie, like a build-up.
When do you feel your sexiest?
I think I feel my sexiest like after an orgasm. Yeah.
When do you feel your sexiest?
When I'm 32.
Can you define sexy for us?
I mean, you guys, please.
Okay.
I mean, please. And I think sex is kind of like exploring and doing what you feel is right in a very powerful way, in a very respectful way.
Do you think that porn tells us about what people value, or is it more just a place of exploration?
It's fantasy. It's fantasy for the people watching, and they're people doing a job. You know, it's for people's pleasure, fantasy, and exploration.
And how important is fantasy in our lives?
Oh my God! I mean, come on. We need to escape. We need to escape from what the hell's going on. So I think it's very, very important.
Stripper news!
Stripper news! Stripper news!
People use porn as an outlet to explore things that they might not normally explore in real life. They have a lot of that they might not share.
What are they saying out here? Stripper News is backstage at New York Fashion Week.
What are your 3 ins and 3 outs for the season?
Oh my gosh. I mean, boring is out. Curls are in.
Yeah.
Porn is in.
Something that's hot is theater.
I love theater.
Something that's not is basics. We need more
What's in is Kelly Cutrone.
When do you feel your sexiest?
When I'm wearing Chris Habana. Stripper news.
We're backstage at Pornhub. Ava, how does it feel to be genetically blessed to be a disruptor by nature?
It's hard at times, you know.
Do you think disruption is important in society right now?
I think it is, especially in the fashion industry right now.
So we're here with Stripper News, and Chris, you know, I know when you're designing, it's so important for you to have queer and trans folks designing from their lived experience. Can you tell us what it means to put on this show in NYFW with Pornhub?
Oh, I mean, the thing is, this show to me is more of an extension of how I kind of have run the business, how I've kind of lived my life. The whole business is founded on queer values, and we're all about championing it. But it's not really coming from a place of something that's very directed or pointed. It's just natural, and that's how it should be. I always look at all of those types of tropes and kind of see what I can do to kind of turn it on its head or introduce a new kind of version for it. That's why we even had those plexi pieces that kind of crush the anatomy. It was like my version of like a cock cage, you know, or like a cage, like, but in a more like artistic type of way.
What do you want people who watch the show to take away from the models that they saw?
I want them to kind of see if they can look at sex in a different way. Seeing sex as something more elevated. Seeing sex as work. All of that.
Describe tonight in one word.
Intoxicated.
Yes.
Is ball press one word or 2 words?
Stripper News!
Stripper News.
Well, we wanted to ask you, what does it mean to you to be putting on this NYFW show with Pornhub in this climate, in this time right now?
I was born to disrupt, and I've been doing it for 30 years.
And what do you think the fashion industry needs to learn from you?
I mean, when I think about my time in the fashion industry, I feel like I opened a lot of doors for people that really weren't seen before. And, you know, we're keeping it real. You guys, you know that. I'm really happy you turned the show up tonight, ladies. Yeah. Stripper News!
What would you say to people who think that sex workers are too taboo to be included in these kinds of spaces?
You're wrong, if that's what you think. I mean, especially these days, I think more than ever, there's so much of the sex worker aesthetic that's getting co-opted by fashion brands without kind of paying it back and paying it forward. And I think that the struggle for sex worker liberation is of primary importance, like regardless of your gender, your race, your ethnicity, your sexual orientation. It's, to me, like what I think is it's my most important I guess, cause, and it's what's integral to Pornhub and our success, I think, is because we really do feel like that deep connection to the community.
I mean, it's been a long time overdue, so. I mean, it's so much better than some of the models you see out there, so.
Sex work is the oldest profession. It's not going anywhere, and I think that the more that we can do to destigmatize sex work and to push back against laws that are putting sex workers in danger, and just recognizing that, you know, again, it's not going anywhere, so we may as well be accepting and trying to welcome them into the community and help make conditions safer, then I think the better off we all will be.
Like, it's better to charge by the hour than be like, I don't know, like an undercover prostitute who hopes to get something out of a relationship, so.
You like it when the girls get their money.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, it's better to be upfront about it.
Do you feel like sex workers make better friends?
Sex workers make the best friends. They're smart, understanding, and they give it to you like it is.
Sex workers should be everywhere.
Stripper News! Stripper News!
When I think about the feminine, why can't it be sexual? And it's right, and we're the life bringers, so if we wake up every day and we're told, you know what, you're not going to make the same amount of money, you know, your voice isn't important, and don't be sexual, and we'll decide when you can get fucked. I mean, even in the Bible, like, Mary gets pregnant, like, without getting fucked. That just, to me, seems like a cheap shot. As soon as the feminine decides it wants to be sexual, it's immediately shamed and put into a box, and until that changes, we're not going to have balance in the world.
It's almost like fashion is founded on being sexual.
I mean, that's a common theme.
Stripper News. We've interviewed Jerry Saltz,
Gabe Gordon,
Anna Delvy,
Kelly Cutrone. We saw tiny little outfits.
Wearing even less than us.
We saw people wearing beautiful cages over their goodies. We saw lots of beautiful, sexy clothing, sexy people of every gender, of every background, and that's what we're all about here at Stripper News. Make sure you keep following us, liking and subscribing to keep up with the hottest news source around.
Everyone's gotta know.